Hey guys, how's everybody doing this morning? Hope everyone's having a good day. A few minutes late, it's 9:11. I was up late trying to fix the spreadsheets and they're all broken. AI sucks. I mean, Jim and I wasn't working at all last night. Oh, man, it makes me mad. And so I actually went backwards. I worked for like 4 hours and went backwards. Anyway, it is what it is. All right, so let's see what's going on. We have some good stuff to talk about this morning. Not for me, though. I didn't do the Facebook trade yesterday. It's like a $2,500 winner on one contract. I did buy SPY calls, but I used a 640, 650 put spread, call spread that expires Monday, and the SPY didn't move far enough to do anything. I'm still underwater, $20 in those. I should have just bought the darn option should have just bought an at the money option. Woulda, coulda, shoulda. But I'm tired today and I have to get more videos out. So this will probably be a short one today. I'm tired and I'm grumpy because the spreadsheets aren't working and I missed the good trade. Remember, I said yesterday, I'm not going to do it because I don't feel like losing $3,000. The max risk was too high. Well, I thought it was too high. I mean, heck. All right. Good job on SPY or good job on ES. Well, this is SPY and it's important distinction. ES didn't gap because it traded all night. But, well, this is more information for us. We'll let's put this gap on the chart and just kind of see what happens to it. Who knows if it'll even be there by the end of the day. Who knows? But if it is, man, if it is, then my calls are probably in good. My call spread will still probably be all right. But if it's not in good shape, it won't be. But it represents pent up demand, and there was pent up demand back here and back here. You can see all the areas on the chart. And look at this. Also, I didn't notice this either. I am great at drawing these lines, but terrible about doing anything. Remember, I drew a couple of lines. I said, this is one by the dip area. This would be the next one. It hit that one perfect yesterday. Darn it, I should have doubled down. I was making a video. All right, let's look at the Qs. All right, so let's draw there. Look at this. Mother of all gaps right here. And this one, right, this one's been invalidated. Let's take that one off the table. All right, now we're caught up on the gaps on the Qs. GameStop's up, but not enough for my options. Story of my life. I do have some sold options in GameStop also. It's a risk reversal, but still it hasn't moved far enough to kick in the good part of the spread. All right, well, Google selling off today. I noticed Alti was down. I just can't pick a winner today. I mean, yeah, Alti's down 40 basis points. Market's at all-time highs, but my portfolio isn't. I'm really having a bad day, if you guys haven't guessed. All right, let's look at the Altiverse. All right, so the Altiverse is back, and here it is. This is the daily change of all the stock positions. This doesn't factor in it doesn't factor in a lot of stuff, but it doesn't factor in the options also, and it also doesn't factor in the weightings of the stock. It just shows you what the stock is up or down. So look at that. APP killing it, Rigetti killing it. Only ones that are down are UVIX, and it's supposed to be. It's a hedge, or it should be down when the rest of the market's up. And then we have ServiceNow and Nebius and Mara are also pulling back. First Solar is pulling back, but not too much. So that's a great job. The Altiverse is back. But I did it by hand. That's why I'm so, because I finally, after I figured out that I was going backwards on Gemini, it goes, can I help you with something else? And I said, no, I'll just do it by hand. So I started building these by hand again, and I forgot what a pain that was. And that's exactly why. Oh my Lord. At least I'm sharing the screen. All right. So here's the beta for all the Alti stocks. There's an average beta of 1.95, which isn't as high as I thought it was. That's actually not too bad. Now, also, the true beta of UVIX is negative 3.75 because it's inversely correlated to the SPY. But I'm just looking at it as how risky it is compared to the SPY. So I just wanted to see. So I made it a positive for the sake of the average. So the average beta, if you do it the right way, is lower. And that's perhaps why Jay put it in there. But I just wanted to see about how risky the average stock was to the SPY, regardless of direction. And UVIX was the only one that was inversely correlated. So it's like 195. If you make this negative, let's go back and make this negative, which is what it was. Yeah, then that's what else there's no way that when you just make that number negative, it makes the average negative. There's no way. I was also fighting with this because it's not adding stuff, right? I'm telling you, I've just had a bad day, bad night. I'm going to make that back to positive. There's no way that makes that negative. And it's not just this. They were telling me other stuff. I kept using the function and I kept going sum, and it would give me a sum that wasn't a sum. I mean, it wasn't, I could tell by eyeballing it wasn't the right sum. I don't know what in the heck is going on with Google. My subscription on the AI part of it runs out tomorrow, but at this point, I don't really care. It hasn't been that much help. I mean, I could just build this stuff by hand, but anyway, all right. So that's the Altiverse. So also I'm trying to build a blocks tracker also. So we have the Bloxyverse. Same caveat supply, or an additional caveat. Galaxy, for some reason, won't pull a price. So I had to put that one in live. And now it's only up 3.51. I don't know why the heck they can get prices on everything except Galaxy. That makes me angry also. But let's look at that. So Galaxy. Okay, but that should be accurate. So here's the Bloxyverse. So Hodl's holding it back a little bit. I mean, and really nothing else. Everything else is just killing it. That mainly being HUD 8. And that whatever, I forget the name of that company, Bitminer or something. It's the Tom Lee company. Is it Bitminer? I think it's Bitminer. All right. Anyway, okay, so the Bloxyverse is back also. So now we just got a new price quote. So Hodl and Mara are holding us back, but other than that, it's going great. But why in the heck is Alti down? I mean, how's Alti down 40 bips? I mean, I just don't get it. Let's go back to the Altiverse. It doesn't look like it should be down 40 bips. I mean, how's that equate to down 40? You got Rigetti up 11%. Anyway, like I say, I don't know what's going on with Google Sheets, but it is not doing a good job this morning, because I don't even think it's right. And last night I was catching that. It's not even figuring math right. Like I said, when I was summing stuff, it was summing to totals that weren't right. So I had to add it up manually, or I imported it into another spreadsheet. Or no, I took a picture of it and then had an AI sum it to get the real sum on it. I don't know why Google's so bad. Anyway, so we looked at the Bloxyverse, looked at the Altiverse. Let's look at option trades. This makes me sick too, because I didn't do this meta trade. It's up $2,800. This is exactly what I invented this system for. Because the idea is you sell premium like you're supposed to. So you sell these two spreads, you get an income, you get a buffer, but you also leave yourself some upside open. This is exactly what it's designed for. Maybe it'll work in Apple. Maybe I'll try it in Apple this afternoon, but man, you watch, the Apple one will be down. And there's some other ones besides Apple, but I don't even know if I'll do any. I'm just not having a good day. I mean, there's a ton of them this afternoon. I was talking in Discord about it. This is exactly what you are not supposed to do. You should just, if you have a system like I was talking about, you should just do it on all of them and let the odds sort it out instead of trying to pick and choose which ones you want to do. And that's the situation I've got myself in. Stupidly. I mean, we also have Amazon, Apple, Coinbase, MicroStrategies. So who knows? Maybe I'll do something. But like I said, I'm just not in the mood to right now. All right. So what else do we have to look at? I guess we also had average hourly earnings, non-farm payrolls. Evidently, those worked out all right. We have global manufacturing. That worked out all right. And then here in a few minutes, we have, or no, we're done with numbers on the day. Or no, that's tomorrow. I'm sorry, that's tomorrow. So today we had core PCE, but initial jobless claims. That's right. But I keep thinking it's Friday also. Boy, I'm really having a bad day if it was Friday. All right. So let's see. What else should we look at? Maybe the index buffer report. Hey guys, thanks for being here. It's showing over 1%. Well, Tasty Trade ought to know that. Those don't. Anyway, that's fine. Okay, well, good. That makes me feel better. Red. I mean, hey, come on, Tasty Trade. You shouldn't have to hit refresh. I mean, this is 2025. I mean, come on. Maybe Tasty Trade uses Google Sheets also. I don't know. All right. Well, I mean, that's good. That's good. But at this point, I would trade AltTV being down 40 bips for having put on that Meta trade. And now it's showing down 30 bips. I mean, it's because it's X. Look at this right here. Or is that, yeah, 731. And half my stuff is X today. So that's right. I mean, so, and I haven't got the benefit of the, of the drip yet or whatever. All right. So that accounts for that. The thing is though, and the thing is Google Sheets, i.e. the Bloxyverse or the Altiverse, knows that it's ex-dividend day and it gives you the adjusted price. And that's why this looks like it should be up because it should be. And the other one is down because for all its other faults, Google Sheets will generally, not always, if it's ex-dividend day and a $2 dividend came out, they'll still show the real price. I guess they put the $2 back in. I don't know how they do it. They show the split adjusted price. I don't know how that works down the road. I've never been able to wrap my head around that. What's up, Jackson? How you doing? All right. I guess let's look at the index buffer report and then we can, if you guys want to talk about anything, we can. All right. Index buffer report. So here it is. Feed and 5E. Yeah. Look at that. What else is doing well? SVOL is doing well, as is YSPY. Good job, YSPY. YMAX is doing well and YMAG. LFGY is doing well. And yeah, this will show Alti up. Watch, wherever Alti is. Alti's one of these right here. There it is. Yeah, so this is showing Alti up 1.32. So the negative 40, that's the dividend. So the dividend was 1.7%, right? Because the difference, something, I mean, in round numbers, something like that. So 1.7% a month. I mean, that's not very high. And it may have just been a low dividend this month because we're melting up. But anyway, yeah, the difference is the dividend. XOVR doing well. I mean, everything's doing well except my portfolio. All right, what do you guys want to talk about? Yeah, thanks for telling me Alti's up. I appreciate it. Hey, what's up? Yeah, I know it. I appreciate that. saw a turkey buzzard this morning. I went outside and I keep a water thing there for the deers. You guys have seen it in my videos. Usually what happens is that's where Jax chases Soda Pop. Soda Pop hasn't been around lately as much, but Lisa has been coming around. It's another doe who I know. But anyway, this morning Lisa was out at the neighbor's house stalking the neighbor for food. The neighbor feeds the deer. But anyway, the neighbor wasn't up yet, and this gigantic turkey buzzard flew. It's a huge bird, flew off the neighbor's roof and flew right down to get a drink out of the water. And also, we've been smelling something dead for a couple of days. Maybe a deer died somewhere back in the green belt, and the buzzard's here feasting on it. I don't know, or a raccoon or something. But anyway, that's the big news here. Yeah, I know it. And even refresh didn't work either. But anyway, you guys get it now. It's just the darn. I mean, Tasty Trade, if Google can figure it out, Tasty Trade ought to be able to figure it out. I mean, all Google does is they add the dividend back in. But I'm trying to think, how does that affect the next day then? Then on the next day, like on Monday, I guess then on Monday they go back to business as normal. But if they added the dividend back in, wouldn't that make Monday's price, say the dividend's $2, wouldn't that make Monday's price $2 high? I've never really been able to figure that out. Yeah, SFAL has been a rough. SFAL's, they changed their formula. I watched another influencer's video on it, and what he was saying is that they've basically changed to just a covered call fund. I mean, they have some other stuff, but they don't really short. They don't get their premium shorting VIX as much anymore. But I think they do have some, but I think they also just do some covered calls from what he was saying. I've looked at it a couple of times, so I can't figure out what the heck they're doing. I mean, they have futures. It was easy to figure out what they used to do because they used to do one trade. They did that trade where they sold futures and then they bought way out of the money option to cap their loss. So that's all they did. Well, now they're doing other ways. They're using other ways to get income. In fact, they're also kind of a fund of funds. Don't they own some other? I think they own a few other Simplify funds, and they sell premium. And I think they still do a little bit of the VIX action, but yeah, the SFAL NAV has been kind of a rough situation, hasn't it? All right, so let's go over here to bar chart, and let's see what's going on in option land. I just don't understand why these spreadsheets have to be so hard. There's this guy on X that I showed you, and he does an Alti. He has an Alti spreadsheet. I just want something like that. I've been working on it for like 2 weeks. I don't think it'll ever be like that. I don't know. Even with AI and stuff, I can't. In JavaScript, for whatever reason, I just can't get it to work. I mean, it shouldn't be that hard, but it's technical things. The links don't work, and this price doesn't pull. And maybe I should just give up on trying to make spreadsheets and just use other people's spreadsheets, like Amy and stuff that are real programmers, and do other stuff. But I really would like to get the Altiverse working. I just don't think it's asking for too much. Look at this open. I was talking to a friend about this one this morning. But in any event, all right, it's $2.02, a $3 call. You could sell for $25, $24. Not a bad return, 13% return. And then, of course, if you get called away, a lot more. But all right, so let's try to focus on the ones that are more expensive. So we have SBET, I'm sorry. That's offering a pretty good premium at 8%. You can go all the way out to the 40 strike. So you have a trade where you can double your money, and you have the chance to double your money. The stock has to go up, like I always say, and you have an 8% yield. You get an 8% yield right off the bat. That's the take your wife to dinner money. But yeah, that's pretty good. QUB, this one right here is let's see, look at this one. All right. This one has recently been higher, but not too much higher, just 22. Now, granted, it did double top up there, but next earnings day, not available. So recent earnings, okay, well, they should have one coming up, 6, 7, 8. They probably have earnings coming up, and that's probably maybe what's reflecting the high volume. I mean, the high IV in that call, quite possibly. But I bet I work 2 or 3 hours every night trying to build that JavaScript to make that, to just mainly the Altiverse. But then I figured if I could get the Altiverse built again, I would also just tell it to do the same thing on the Bloxyverse. So, all right. So what our other hot ones are SBAT, QUBT, the ones that are expensive enough to look at cover calls, or to look at wheel strategies or something. I just don't like the $2 and $3 ones. I mean, a $2 stock is an option. It's an option that doesn't expire to me. But there's a lot of them. This APLD, now it's not very far out of the money. It's trading at 13, the 16 calls selling for $1, but that's incredible, right? Going out 50 days though. There's really, everything's going out 50 days. There's really no short-term stuff. The shortest term one on the board is INOD, whatever that is, INOD. Trading at 53. The 60 strike call is going for around $300. That'd be pretty nice. That one has the highest annualized return, or actually the highest annualized return is open, but it's cheap. That one has the highest annualized return. Oh, because it's a shorter, of course, because it's a shorter time frame. All right, so I don't even want to look at this today because this makes me sick. But I did do an experiment last night. I wanted to show you guys. All right, so here's Meta. It's well into bonus time, easily killing it into bonus time. Great job. Hopefully, I hope somebody did that. But anyway, all right. So what I wanted to look at is last night after they hit earnings, I wanted to see. I knew it was going to be good, so I did a play with hindsight. But I wanted to see I wanted to compare it head to head, which plays better. I always call a skew play, where you go out and you sell the option that this one bought. You in other words, not you don't. Let's see here. Yeah, exactly. This one bought the 760, so this one sold the 760 because the idea was trying to monetize it. It gives you the end-of-day prices when you do it after the market closes. So I just wanted to see, what would happen if you could also sell that instead of paying all that premium. And also, this goes out another week. I did it in the wrong time frame. I meant to compare it apples to apples, it would have to be in the same time frame. I messed that up too. Well, anyway, you can see they're both working out, but yeah, it needed to be in the same time frame. I just wanted to do a head-to-head, and I think actually that's why I had to put it in the next time frame. In this time frame, that 760 option didn't offer enough premium. So if I was going to do a skew play, it would have to go out another week. So I guess we could still look at it. But in the skew play being a broken wing butterfly, trying to somehow sell that premium and then hedge around it. So, and you can see the one of the drawbacks of doing something like this, instead of the 3-leg where you just have unlimited upside, is if it shoots over your target, then you have a situation where where you lose money or you have an opportunity loss. I mean, you want it to expire. You have a lot of path dependency in this trade. Probably more so than in the risk reversal, because the risk reversal is just like stock. You just want higher prices, pretty much. So anyway, but yeah, that's right. When I tried to do that in this week time frame, it didn't have enough time left to do this kind of trade. So all right, And then I wanted to look, same thing. This is a hindsight, but I was looking at bar chart and I saw that QBTS had tons of skew. And so I thought I'll just look at a QBTS skew play. That's what I'm calling it, broken wing butterfly. So on this one was one for this week. So I just wanted to see how that would work out. And that one, I guess, was you know, at the QUBTS didn't move enough. I sold the option too far away, but I was looking at bar chart and QUBT. Well, yesterday the 22.5 was one of them that I was looking that was active. So I was just theorizing. Wonder if somebody turned around and sold that darn thing. All right. Anything you guys want to talk about? Happy to talk about it. Yeah, hit the like and subscribe. I appreciate it. I'm going to get out of here and go do spreadsheet stuff, but that's just like hitting my head against a wall. But when it works marvelously. But it just hadn't been working lately. Yeah, and what's the deal with Tasty Trade? I still can't believe Tasty Trade is. So, I mean, how would you even do that? This is showing, I bet I know. I bet Google Sheets, what they do is they don't add it back into the price. But for one day, they show it as if it were added back into the price. And Tasty Trade doesn't do that. But that would explain how they do that. And then on Monday, it's not still messed up. But at least, I mean, I have some good stuff. GPTY looks good, but it's also ex-dividend, so it's better than it looks. LFGY is X, and it's only down 1 basis point. So whatever the dividend paid is what it should really be up if we were looking at it. And then on Monday, these will drip into the accounts, and then I'll have higher share balances. And if this price is still up, then I guess on Monday it might look a little bit artificially better than I'm really doing also. This looks a little bit artificially worse, and on Monday it might look a little bit artificially better. Feet is up 3.3%. Let's look at feet. I didn't like that one at all, but it was also, I was de-risking. And I'm wondering, I probably shouldn't have got out of that one. I mean, that one has a sound theory, but it only has 5 stocks in it, and I was de-risking. So let's see feet against, trying to think a good comparison. Probably YMAG is a good comparison because that has what, 7, 8 stocks, something like that. Mag 7 has 7 stocks. So, and of course, feet has a rotating cast of 5 stocks. They rotated in and out. And this is since inception. That's the day I bought feet was 12/17. And so feet, you know, I probably did a good job dumping feet. It hasn't done as well as what's the one I really like? Let's look at Alti. Yeah, I mean, so, and I also have some LFGY that I really like. Now it's actually underperforming feet, but I didn't buy it back then. I bought it into the lows or right after Trump changed his mind on tariffs. Interesting. Yeah, definitely hit the like and subscribe. All right, guys, thank you so much for being here. There's 11 of you here. I appreciate it. I'm sorry I didn't have better content this morning. I was planning on the Altiverse and the Bloxyverse being totally working, and I want to do more than that. I also want to show the beta every day and also the change in positions every day, just like that other sheet does. I just don't understand why it's so hard. But anyway, I'll keep working on it. Maybe next week it'll be, that's what I always say, though. Maybe next week. All right, guys, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate it. And you guys have a wonderful day. Good luck with your trading, and be back at 2:30, and we'll look at Apple. We'll look at Apple, and we'll look at the other one, the Coinbase, I think. And there's a bunch of them today. Roku. We might even look at Roku. I like those cheap ones because I theorized that I can't lose too much. But I mean, how did that work out for me on Meta last night? Anyway, Dorsey Wright, and the point and figure is lagging to make it work for wine fun. Yeah, so that's exactly why I invented the max factor, which actually we haven't looked at yet. So let's look at the max factor top 20 really quick. That's my best content right now. That's the only thing that's working. And actually that is the high yield. Now it doesn't always either. as soon as my AI subscription runs out, it'll stop working but anyway, but for now, this one's working really good. So let's look at the top. I should have shown this off the bat. All right, so there's the top 20 list, but let's make sure let's get the new one here. So MSFY, I'm just looking at it. It's going to change really quick. So look at it. That was yesterday's. Or I pulled that last night. So that was at the close. All right. So we have MSFY, NVDW looking good. NVDY looking good. SMCY is climbing up the charts. AMD is, I think SMCY passed AMD. COIW is killing it. QDTE is killing it. Let's see if there's any new ones on here. FEPI, Carvani. I don't think I've been noticing Carvani lately, so I think that jumped on the thing. There's that LFGY. I mean, the math of it's looking really good, up 66 or 66% yield. But combine that with the 15% total return. But yeah, so that's why I invented this. So I invented this to be more reactive than Dorsey Wright. I just think that Dorsey Wright uses, I think point and figure is fine, but I think maybe whatever time frame they're using. A lot of it's what time frame you're using. You can use a momentum strategy on a 20-period moving average compared to a 200-period moving average. They both can work over time and both can have alpha against the market, but the 20-period moving average will be a lot more reactive. Of course, the 20-period moving average will get chopped up a lot worse in a sideways market. Now, and I know point and figure is more sophisticated than the 20-period moving average, but still, point and figure has a look back period of some type. Everything has to, and based on what they're using, it's the same. I think it's the same math or the same philosophy. But yeah, I mean Dorsey Wright. I mean, who knows? I mean, it's only been around 6 months. I mean, it has only been around 6 months, and it was all in on Misty and stuff, that high beta stuff, and then that all crashed in April. And yeah, it finally got into some lower beta stuff like JP Morgan and some other stuff. But by the time that happened, it had already lost a lot of value. So jury's still out. I mean, Dorsey Wright knows a lot more than I do. I'm just saying, I just was trying to build a faster version of that. And that's what this is. So, I mean, we could look at these stocks compared to Dorsey Wright and see how different they are. But so if this was Yield Max, I'd have is MSFY and Dorsey Wright? It probably is. So I'd have MSFY, NVDY, SMCY, AMDY, and OARC. That would be my Dorsey Wright. I'll go look and compare it. I'll go look and compare it to the real Dorsey Wright later. But yeah, that's the whole idea. This is supposed to be the same principle, but more, but faster to react. And that's the other thing that I didn't like. Dorsey Wright doesn't factor in the NAV return. And NAV return is so important for people that are trading it, because the NAV is what they figure your margin balance off of. Because some people reinvest dividends, some people do all kinds of different stuff with your dividends, but the broker doesn't know what you've done with your dividends. He's going to look at your NAV, and if your NAV's down 50%, he'll give you a margin call. Now, if you've been reinvesting along the way, or you've used it to whatever, that it may not apply to you, or you may be fine. But yeah, that's where I was going with that one. Yeah, we should do a space about that. Hey, Mark, how are you doing? You didn't miss much. It's been a rough morning. I was up late. I have a headache. I'm grumpy. There's something dead outside. It stinks to high heaven. I think there's a raccoon or maybe even a deer. I mean, nothing I can see, but something back in the green belt. Anyway, it's been one of those days. But yeah, I'd love to do any type of spaces that you want to do, Jonathan. I'm all about it. My subscriber count has gone way up since you started putting me on Twitter, and I've got all kinds of new subs, and I've met some nice guys on Twitter. I made a friend yesterday named Doug, and we followed each other, and I made some nice comments. He gave me some compliments. So anyway, yeah, I love it. I love it. It's all about social media. It's all about spreading your wings and stuff. If I wasn't so darn cheap, I would simulcast these to Twitter. But StreamYard is like $40 a month, and I've had it before, but in fact, I used to have it all the time. But now that the station doesn't make any money, I just can't justify it. So But still, I want to do some Twitter stuff, but I guess maybe I need to do a live and just do it on Twitter one time. And just not do it on Facebook, just do a Twitter live and maybe start getting an audience over there. Maybe they'll show up on Facebook, or maybe I should just pay the $40, but I'm just too darn cheap. Yeah, call me anytime, Jonathan. Hey, and if I don't answer, just text me first. Make sure I'm not in the middle of something, because I have some calls I need to make today also. But yeah, call me, text me anytime. And I checked my Twitter and I didn't see any messages. I thought we were going to do something on Saturday, but anyway, hit me up in Twitter or hit me up on text messages. That goes for any of you guys, or call me if it's an emergency. Call me, shoot me a text message. I'm always around, and I'll probably be sitting here in this chair all day long trying to figure out why Google Sheets doesn't work better. All right. Well, that sounds like a winner, guys. I will talk to you guys later. All right. I'll see you. Have a good day.